Guys, is that parrot eating too much? Look, he's eating to the seeds. The twig is falling off. Do you see? It's just crazy. Unfazed.
That's good.
Subscribe to the Black Sheep Kitchen. Hi guys, welcome to Black Sheep Kitchen. We only cook vegan here. I'm Alex. Let's get into it. Alright, today we're going to be making vegan naan bread with aloo gobi and rice. So, first thing you'll need is some salt. Next is some baking powder, not soda, powder. Then some sugar, white sugar, and some yeast. Now we're going to need 2/3 of a cup of water, warm water. Okay, no spills. Then you'll need 2 teaspoons of sugar, okay, you're going to grab a fork and you're going to mix until the sugar is dissolved. All right, only takes a little bit. Then, once you're done with your sugar, grab some yeast, 1.5 teaspoons of yeast. Okay, now you're gonna stir this for 15 seconds. All right, now you're gonna cover this with a cloth and wait 15 minutes. Okay, you're gonna need 1/4 teaspoon and 1 cup measure, some baking powder, not soda, powder, some salt, and some flour. First thing you're gonna do is grab 2 cups of flour, 1 and 2. Okay, next you're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, not soda, powder. Then you're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna use a double 1/4 teaspoon because 1/4, 4/4 is 1 teaspoon, and so 2/4 would be 1/2. Maths. Okay. Then you're gonna whisk it with your fork. Okay. Now that's all mixed, you just have to wait for your yeast to get frothy for 15 minutes. All we really want to see is that the yeast gets frothy, and if it doesn't, then your yeast is expired and you have to do it all over again. Okay. The yeast got frothy. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make a well in our flour. Well, you're gonna pour in your yeast and you're gonna slowly mix in the flour into the yeast mixture. Slowly mix in the flour into the yeast mixture. Once you can no longer knead it with your fork, you're gonna put it onto your cutting board. Now, you're gonna form it into something like a ball. You're gonna go like this, you're gonna push it away, and then pull it in. And then turn it, push away, pull in. And then just repeat and flip after a little bit. You're gonna knead the dough for 5 to 6 minutes until all the flour is incorporated. So this isn't really incorporated, so you still have to knead it. The flour will slowly get incorporated and it'll look like a normal dough. See that? The flour is all starting to incorporate. It's looking like beige dough. You're gonna use the bowl that the flour was in, and you're just gonna put the the dough in there. You're gonna put a cloth over it and let it sit for an hour and 30 minutes. All right, guys, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. Let's see how the dough is risen. All right. You're gonna put some flour, some magic flour, onto the cutting board. Check it out, it spreads itself. Magic. Okay, you're gonna get some flour on your hands. You're gonna flip it over. Flipping it over doesn't work. Grab it out with your hands. Okay. Just form it into a ball. Sort of like a pizza shape, because then it'll be easier to cut. Okay, now you're gonna grab bench scraper, dough cutter, and you're gonna measure out 8 cuts. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now you'll have pizza shapes like this. And they're all gonna be even, so you have to share some with the rest. So like that. So roll them out into a ball, and you want them to be all pretty much the same. Okay, you're gonna grab a piece of parchment and you're gonna put these on the parchment. All right, now you're gonna put your naan breads onto the parchment and cover them and let them proof for about 10 minutes. All right, now we're gonna need some cilantro being chopped up while you're waiting for the dough. Grab some cilantro. This is just for garnish. You're gonna sprinkle a little bit over the naan. Best part about cilantro. Crunch. Okay. Then you're just gonna mince it. Not mince it, roughly chop.
I'm impressed on your technique, on the confidence that you have with the knife. Like, you've improved a lot.
Thank you, Gab. I really appreciate that. You know, when back in Canada, I don't want to say undermined, but like, I wasn't allowed to cook. So I never got to really feel confident with the knife. But I do notice that I'm starting to get better. And I'm glad that Mom's changed and she's like, and she allows me to cook now because it's something that I'm very passionate in. And it's something that I'm glad that she does, because I know that other moms would be like, oh, you can't do that. You're only 12 years old. Yeah.
And what does she do different?
She's allowing me to cook, actually. Like, because I remember she would be like, oh, Alex, you can't handle the knife. You know, you're only 5 years old, Alex. She trusts me more. And I'm glad about that. I'm glad that I'm trusted with a knife. All right, so now you're going to grab a ramekin. You're going to put your cilantro into this ramekin. You're going to grab another ramekin. All right, so now you're going to grab some vegan butter. And you're going to put some vegan butter as much as you feel you need. So about 2 tablespoons. Maybe even more, because you don't want to run out. Okay. Then you're going to add some garlic. About 2 cloves. This could count as 2 cloves, but I'm counting it as 1 because I love garlic. Proof that I'm not a vampire. Supposed to squish that. Mince that. I have a garlic mincer, but I'm so good with knives, I could just mince it like this. But I'm not going to because I'm smart, and I'll go faster. Where'd the garlic mincer go? Key moment in my life. Where did the garlic mincer go? we can find the garlic mincer. Okay, so now you're gonna add your garlic into the garlic butter mixture. Then you're gonna put this in the microwave for 15 seconds. All right, now the dough is ready. Okay, all right, now that the dough is ready, you're gonna grab some flour, spread it around, grab your rolling pin, flour that, and flour your hands. Okay, grab a piece of dough and roll it up into a oval shape, like this. Make sure it's thin. So now you're gonna grab some cilantro and sprinkle it on. Roll it out so it sticks to the bread, like to the top. And then on the bottom, that isn't the cilantro side, you're gonna spread it all around. And then you're gonna grab a comal or a crepe pan. It's flat. You're gonna turn on the heat. Turn on the heat. And then you're gonna wait a little bit so the pan gets hot. Nice looking bread. Okay. If it sizzles, if you put a test to see if it's hot enough, if you grab a little bit of water and it sizzles. It's not ready because the water doesn't sizzle. So we have to wait. All right, now my pan is hot enough. You're gonna put on your naan. You just have to wait for it to get browned on one side. Okay, now let's check if it's golden brown. It's golden brown. So now we just have to wait for the other side to cook. And then we'll put it on a plate and dash it with garlic butter. Okay, so then you're gonna put it on the plate, cilantro side up, and you're gonna grab is a glazer. You're gonna dip it in the garlic butter. Make sure you get some garlic. I'm gonna just spread it across. Beautiful. Okay. See you when we've done all 8. Okay, now it's time for the exclusive Gabo try, because this is good for me. So now it's time for Gabo to try it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, taste, 10 out of 10. Texture, amazingly, it is crunchy and it is also smooth, soft. Love it. And I love it. Yeah.
So, taste points, 10 out of 10. Texture points, how much out of 10, Gabo?
10.
Okay, 10 out of 10. So that's 20 out of 30. Now it's time for the cooking process. I'd say it's a little bit long, but that only gives it a 9 out of 10. So, 29 out of 10. That's our highest yet. Okay, bye guys. See you next week.